Definitely a rough trade deadline all around for the New York Yankees, who fall this evening here at Yankee Stadium. Final score is Rays 5 and Yankees 2. The Yanks have now lost 4 out of 5 in this make or break stretch as they remain 3.5 games behind in the American League wildcard chase. And when we talk about this trade deadline here, I think, no offense to Keenan Middleton and Spencer Howard, I got to write it down here, the two pitchers that they picked up, but I really expected that the Yankees would make a more significant statement here at the trade deadline, either to buy or to sell. And some of the players downstairs were wondering the same thing. And there was a lot of indecision in the clubhouse, so I can imagine that there was too in the front office there. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was talking about the possibility of him getting traded before this game. He was talking about how difficult it would be to relocate and join a new team because he lives with his dog here, Bella, and how he would have to transport her and move her car and all that, all the logistics of that. And Harrison Bader even came off the field, and Bader was not in the lineup, and Aaron Boone said that it was not related to the trade deadline. But anyway, Bader came off the field after batting practice, and he approached two reporters near the dugout, and he said, "Hey, am I still a Yankee?" And so he was half joking, but there's truth to that too, in that we're all trying to figure out which way was up, and that it was surprising that this comes down to the very end and almost looked like the Yankees were not going to make a trade at all, and they wind up getting Middleton, who will help their bullpen to some extent, and Howard, we'll see what he can do. He's optioned to AAA, and so he'll get an opportunity to showcase himself down there, but there's no clear direction there. Like, they are going for it, but they didn't really do a ton to upgrade their current roster. Left field remains unaddressed. Catcher was not addressed, and they did address bullpen with one arm. But I really feel like it was kind of a half measure, in that it's not a we are all in for this season, and it's also not the Yankees are not going to go to the playoffs and now it's time to sell off some assets, because there was so much talk about, should the Yankees, with their expiring contracts, guys like Bader, Kiner-Falefa, Wandy Peralta, Luis Severino, I'm sure that Brian Cashman looked into that, but the asking prices and what teams were willing to give just did not match up. And so ultimately, Cashman decided, hey, if I'm not going to get fair value for these guys, then why not just go for it? The problem with that is that so much of this season, if you're not adding a bat here at the deadline, which they of course did not, then you're banking on Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu, and Anthony Rizzo. Same as it was yesterday, same as it was today, and same as it will be tomorrow, that they will finally figure out a way to play to the back of the baseball cards. And if they don't do that, then this team's not going to go anywhere. So a couple numbers I wrote down here. They went into the game today, team batting average of 229. That is the 29th best in the majors. The only team worse is the A's at 223. I know we don't look at batting average. It's kind of an outdated stat here, but that is striking. And that just tells you this is the New York Yankees, and they're hitting the 29th best in the Oakland A's, who, I mean, they're a mess in and of itself. The A's are, but the fact that they're even in that conversation is ridiculous. Not too much to talk about this game, other than that Rodon allowed a couple homers. His command was spotty, fastball, slider. Short night for him. He was up over 90 pitches through 4 innings, and then but the Yankees didn't score, and they did not score all the way up until the 8th inning. And then I want to talk a little bit about the 9th inning, because they finally do break through against Colin Poche. They have 4 straight hits, an error. The stadium is actually alive for a minute there, and the Rays go to the bullpen. Pete Fairbanks comes in for the 1-out save, and Boone goes to Giancarlo Stanton. And I have no problem with him going to Stanton there, but Stanton, career pinch hitter, is 3 for 39 with no home runs. Now, I understand, take a shot, see if you can do it, and that's actually what Boone said there. He said, I'm taking a shot for a big swing. And so Stanton strikes out on 4 pitches, but what struck me about that is it's kind of a microcosm of exactly what Cashman and the front office have done here, where you have all this numerical evidence. They're got teams to jump in the race, and they have not performed up to standards. But hey, what the heck? Let's just throw Stanton out there and let them swing and try and hit a home run, and that's basically what they're going to try to do here in the last 2 months of the year. And maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't, but they're going to go for it and just see where the chips fall. So that kind of struck me that, just swing for the fences, and maybe you get lucky, and but it's probably not going to happen. So that's a hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Your final score, once again, Rays 5, Yankees 2 here at Yankee Stadium. Yanks have their ace on the mound tomorrow evening here at Garrett Cole as they attempt to avoid the sweep.